defense have any witnesses to present?
Your Honor, Mr. Gerhardt wishes to be heard. Under counsel's advice.
Okay, Mr. Gerhardt, you're under oath still from earlier this morning. Pull that mic up close to you, and you can provide your comments.
It's not on.
Yeah, it's a.
This is my first time in court, Your Honor. I don't know if there's any restrictions or anything on what I'm allowed to say or what I should say, but I just want to maintain my innocence on first-degree murder, but say that I fully understand the jury's conviction. I hold no grudge against none of them. I fully understand Demaya Applin's grandmother and her statement up there. I absolutely understand why she hates me. I have been the one person the media has put there in her line of sight for her to blame for her granddaughter's death. And I don't blame her one bit for hating me because they blame me for it. And if I was in her position, I would hate me too because I would have no one else to blame. And I just wanted that on the record because I wanted everybody to know I hold no ill will towards that lady. And this is a terrible tragedy that happened to her granddaughter. But I still want to maintain my innocence, even though this ain't going to help me. I've been advised by Mr. Robert Baker. This is not a extra plea for mercy or a plea of my innocence. This is just a part of my statement. I'm not guilty of first-degree murder. But I absolutely understand that people will look at me that way. That's all I have to say.
In this courtroom, words often carry the weight of judgment. But here, a rare honesty emerges. He maintains his innocence, yet accepts the reality of the jury's verdict. He acknowledges the grief, the anger, the blame cast upon him, but speaks without resentment. This is not a plea for mercy. It is a human moment in the midst of tragedy where understanding meets consequence.
Than anything, evidence-wise, or anything that's ever happened in this case, should be focused on me. My mother is a good woman. No matter what choices I ever make in life, my mother is not responsible for those choices that I make. So I would ask everybody to sort of not hate on my mother for anything that goes on in this courtroom or in my life or any crime I ever commit. The woman has nothing to do with any of this. That's all, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anything else to add, Mr. Baker?
No, Your Honor.
All right, recommendations as to sentencing.
Recommendations as to sentencing, Your Honor. Mandatory sentence as to count one. State asks that you impose that sentence. Life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. We would ask that you impose 5 years concurrent DOC as it relates to the tampering with evidence, count number 2. And jail credit would be since his arrest on
January 11th, 2023.
January 11th, 2023. Jail credit going back to that date.
Any special costs? We have the 418 in court costs, $50 PD application fee, any other cost or fines?
Standard $100 cost of prosecution, Your Honor.
Okay, no additional cost of investigation?
We have, but we're not seeking imposition of a lien.
Understood. Mr. Baker?
Your Honor, one request that Mr. Gerhardt has indicated to me, apparently Demaya's father is incarcerated in the Department of Corrections right now at the North Florida Reception Center in Lake Butler, and apparently, as he's been told, in the intake area there, he is requesting that he be sent to a different reception center. I don't know if the court has that ability. I've been told that courts have limited ability to direct Department of Corrections to do anything in particular, but my client has made that request, and I'm making that plea to the court.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Gerhardt, as it relates to count 1 of the indictment, first-degree murder, You have been found guilty by a jury of your peers and hereby sentenced to life without parole as to count 1. You are adjudicated guilty as to counts 1 and 2. Count 2, the tampering with evidence, third-degree felony punishable by 5 years DOC. You are sentenced to 5 years in the Department of Corrections, run concurrent with the count 1 life sentence. Again, you're adjudicated guilty as to each count. $100 cost of prosecution, $418 in court costs, $50 public defender application fee. You are entitled to jail credit calculated from January the 11th, 2023 through today.
The trial concludes. The court imposes life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder and a concurrent 5-year sentence for tampering with evidence. Jail credit is applied from January 11th, 2023 through today, and the defendant is informed of his right to appeal. While the legal process ends here, the impact of this case will echo far beyond these walls, for the families, the community, and the individuals involved.
13th, 2026, and you do have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence of this court. Otherwise, you remain back to the Dixie County Sheriff's Office for fingerprinting and processing to the Department of Corrections.
And Your Honor, we would ask to be appointed for purposes of the appeal.
Okay, I will appoint the Regional Conflict Counsel.
Yes, sir. And we'll submit an order to the court to that
I'll
effect.
get it signed right away.
Thank you.
Anything else for the record? All right,
No,
that
sir.
concludes the trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was me.